My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Aries. Happy birthday to all Aries, to all of my beautiful followers and fledglings, to all Aries in this world who haven't subscribed yet. But I just want to wish every male, female Aries in this world a happy birthday. May all of your beautiful wishes come true after you blow out your birthday candles. But anyway, for today, I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. I'm going to be doing general love reading of 5-card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these two beautiful roses as a token of my love and appreciation for you all for supporting me. I love you incredibly, but also as a birthday gift because I always feel like everybody should always get something, especially, on this grand special occasion as a day that you came into this world. So anyway, happy birthday to you all. So this 5-card love reading includes where the first card represents you, the second the other person, the third the relationship, fourth the past, fifth the future, and then I'm going to draw a special oracle for you and then a favole. But let's get started with card number 1, which is you. Ah, 9 of Wands. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, what I kind of see here is, it's like, this looks like, you're kind of just going on this, yeah, this kind of a relationship journey sort of little situation. And what I'm more or less just kind of seeing here is, it's like, yeah, maybe, it's like I think in the last reading I gave to you is that you were kind of going out on the hunt. You're pretty much, you're probably, still trying to find the true love of your life. Wonderful. I mean, maybe I can sort of relate to this, not really exactly, because, I'm more or less going on the hunt for the vampire who turned me. But the thing is, it's like, yeah, the thing is, I'm kind of getting for both the ones in a relationship and the one single, especially the one single, that's kind of the individual who wants to go out on the hunt and try to find the true love of their life and stuff. So, but for the ones who are in a relationship, it looks like that you're kind of, yeah, you're working really hard on this connection because the thing is, it's like, yeah, no relationship or connection is ever going to be perfect no matter what. And so, well, sometimes, it's like you kind of have, your ups where, there's a lot of romance, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of, yeah, positivity between, well, you and the other person. But, sometimes when you hit the low moments when, there's like, well, rainy days, stormy days, whatever it may be, the thing is sometimes that could also contribute to, well, maybe some negative feelings, stuff like that. Not saying that there's anything bad going to take place, but the thing is what I love about the 9 of Wands is you are exhausted, whether you're single or in a relationship beyond belief, but you're just not giving up. But let's see who the other person is. Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness. I think I may have pulled this for you, well, maybe during a previous love reading or something, or even, it's like, I think you got the Wheel of Fortune a couple of times, but either way, it's a very, well, yeah, it's, it could be a fixed sign, of Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, forgive me for that one. But, yeah, the other person seemed to be like a real package deal, a very fortunate individual, very rich-minded, well, person, whoever it may be. But it just kind of looks like that, it's like, yeah, it's like either, you found this person or you might find this person by pure chance and luck, where you just cross each other's paths, that's kind of, I think, for the single Aries in this world is that, once upon a time, you and the other person, man, woman, whoever it's going to be, will pretty much, cross his paths with you. And then, it's like you guys just, will pretty much fall in love, whether it's, well, and love at first sight, like how my parents fell in love and stuff like that. But, for the ones in a relationship, I mean, or even, it just seems like this person is just a wonderful person, it's like a total package deal, as the human pretty much taught me this modern day phrase, even like I think months ago, but still, I like to use it because he told me, it's kind of like a real out of this world, extraordinary individual and stuff like that. So it just looks like, this person is really amazing no matter what. So congratulations on finding whoever this person was in any way. But I just think all the best of luck, and I really hope everything just works out for you, both, whoever. But let's see, what this relationship is about. Ah, 7 of Wands. Yes. The thing is, it's like, I get it. It's like you start off with the 9 of Wands. You're kind of, sort of, yeah, you are exhausted beyond belief. I mean, I wasn't really trying to go at that, but you are exhausted beyond belief. Except, it's like, okay, sometimes, it's like, it's, how can I say this? Because, it's like the word possessiveness, I don't think it really applies unless, you do feel incredibly, well, strong, or, you want to actually keep this individual or something. Because the thing is, it's like, whoever this person is probably really, like, destined, for you. You probably, will put a lot of time and effort into wanting to be with this person. I mean, I mean, whoever it may be. But, it's like, okay, it's like sometimes, when you're kind of, going through, some, negative experiences, or, like some, like couples counseling or whatever humans do and stuff like that. The thing is I can understand how you want to protect and defend this connection because, maybe you're worried that, the other person might instigate a divorce or breakup of some kind. But it's also, just kind of thinking, I just, well, yeah, I love this person too much. I really don't want to let go of this connection with whoever it may be and stuff like that. So that's kind of also what the Seven of Wands is also about, is this saying, it's like, I'm willing to put in extra time and effort to want to keep this relationship going, which I think is very important no matter what. If something is worth having or even keeping, it's important to keep putting in work and time and effort into it. Just, to let the other person know that you really do care about them. Beautiful. Now, for the ones who are single and stuff like that, I can see how, if you have this eyes on this Wheel of Fortune person, whoever it may be, it doesn't per se have to be a fixed person in any way, but it's like, you're going to be putting extra time and effort to want to be acknowledged by this person, or to even show, your love or admiration for the other person. So no matter what, I think, it's very, very, very beautiful, just, for the ones who are, single and in a relationship. So see what the past is about. Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. Yeah. You could have been with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, but whoever it is or was or whoever, the thing is, there's definitely, abundance in the past. So maybe, it's like you already, were like childhood sweethearts. Maybe you guys are celebrating your 20th, 30th, 40th anniversary and stuff like that. There was already a very strong, beautiful connection between you and the other person. So that's why, it's like, okay, sometimes, it's like when you feel, like there's a bit of negativity, taking place, whether, there's a couple of clashings and stuff like that, that sometimes, it's like, well, you could feel exhausted beyond belief, but, deep down inside, you still, will see a promising, you have a relationship between you and the other person. So I can understand how, you really want to keep this, relationship going with whoever it was and stuff like that, even from the past. So, it's like, I really hope the best no matter what. And for the ones who are single and stuff like that, I can see how, it's like you could have already had, like, well, maybe, different, types of, humans that you were interested in and stuff like that. Maybe, you found, this person in the past and stuff like that, but now, you have your eyes on this person and stuff like that. So whoever it may be, I just think that, you really wanted to, will reach for the stars, regarding any kind of relationship and stuff like that, which I think, why not? It's like, you only get one chance in life. And so, he'll try to make the best and try to find whoever, you really want to be with, and not just think, oh, I'm just going to settle just for whoever's out there, right? See what the future holds. Oh, goodness. You get the Eight of Swords. Okay, so what is the Eight of Swords? The Eight of Swords is that you feel stuck and blinded. Well, the thing is, okay, I can understand how you feel exhausted beyond belief, my beloved Aries, man, woman, whoever's watching and following. And the thing is, but yeah, it's like, I can understand how, you want to keep fighting and want to, keep defending, to be in this connection with this other person. But the problem is, it's like, you want to make sure that it's actually going to work out well, because this Eight of Swords kind of begs to differ. Why does the Eight of Swords beg to differ? Because the thing is, it's kind of like keeping you confined, well, hopefully metaphorically speaking and not literally, but just kind of saying, I'm just gonna, keep you on your toes and have you walk on eggshells and stuff like that, just so, it's like I have that kind of power and control over the Grand Emperor and stuff like that. Well, you don't want to be stuck in any kind of situation like that. I mean, well, this was, not one of the cards I either pulled for the vampire, but, it's like he did put me in a position where I just felt incredibly, blinded by my future and also incredibly stuck. So the thing is you want to try to avoid something like that. I mean, the thing is, the crux of this message, for now, before I even, will pull an oracle and stuff like that, is, okay, it's important and admirable and very, strong-willed, to want to keep something going and stuff like that, but you want to make sure that you're never going to get compromised. Why? Because the thing is, it's like, it's just, well, yeah, it's a negative situation, where you pretty much, feel like, oh yeah, I'll do anything just to be with you. I'll change my appearance, I'll lose weight, I'll adapt to healthy habits, I'll do anything. If the other person puts like all of these requirements, all of these rules, regulations, whatever they may be, onto you, it's pretty much that they want to try to own you and just say, okay, it's like, you're going to have to go through all my requirements and then I'll consider you and stuff like that. I mean, this person, it could have been a really wonderful, connection in the past, but you would really want to look into this situation and make sure if you do want to be with this person that it's actually, going to actually benefit you and make you incredibly happy and not feel like, oh goodness, it's like I made the wrong choice and stuff like that, right? Wow. Okay, what does Oracle have? Courtesy, thoughtful, polite, and good manners. Well, it's like it's important, to be thoughtful, to have good manners, and to be incredibly polite and stuff like that. Maybe that's, how this person came across as just being very, having good manners and stuff like that. But you want to make sure, that it wasn't just surface friendliness and stuff like that, or just outer, friendliness and stuff like that. And then on the inside, they are entirely different. So you'll want to look into that just to make sure, if they're very nice and kind, people, whoever, you're with and whoever, you desire, stuff like that, make sure, that this person also shows, like, this kind and very courteous side, like maybe holding the door open for you. Maybe, it's like, occasionally, wanting to, will pay the bill for like a meal or something or whatever it may be, that people, consider are good manners and stuff like that. But, yeah, the thing is, because, it's like a lot of humans, they have like this, will mask on this facade of saying, oh, everything is just awesome, it's kind of like a commercial, sort of things to say, oh yeah, everything, I'm just a very bright personality, and then on the inside, they could also be entirely different, so you'll just want to have to look into that, make sure, that the person, comes across as being very honest, stuff like that, but I think everything should work out as long as, you look at the red flags and stuff like that. I mean, I don't want to be, putting all too many, worries or concerns into your life, my beloved Aries. I mean, this is your birthday season, but it's just only, what the cards more or less want to, want me to tell you. Okay. Favole, you get the Fool. Okay, for I think the ones who are single and want to actually embark on this Wheel of Fortune individual, whoever it may be, or even Nine of Pentacles, somebody who's just very lucky, gives you fulfillment, stuff like that. So what I'm kind of getting here is, okay, you're about to try something. Again, nothing ventured is nothing gained. So, whatever you're kind of hoping for and stuff like that, trying is everything, right? But just make sure, it's like, to also spot any kind of negatives and stuff like that, any kind of red flags, because that's also kind of the, the trial phase to make sure, that you guys are going to be able to actually click together and stuff like that. So, but that would just only be my suggestion regarding this love reading for now. But I'm going to have to leave it at that for now. But if this reading resonated, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me and subscribing. Again, happy birthday to all Aries in this world, to all of my beautiful followers. May all of your beautiful wishes all come true after you blow out your birthday candles. So in a few days, I'm going to go back to general readings. So I'm going to go back and forth between general love for now. But if you want to have a personal reading, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel and reach out to me. But anyway, thank you so much for reaching out to me and subscribing, because I love you guys incredibly.